Up next, we got the Lakeland Christian Vikings. Coach, can you introduce yourself and the players that you brought with you here today?
So Coach Sean Matias, from my left to right, we got DJ Howard, Colton Pierce, and then Parker Peacock.
Thank you for coming today. You decided to bring these players with you to represent the program. Can you talk about each one briefly for our audience, what they bring to the program from a character and athletic standpoint, and what college coaches can expect to see out of each one if they were to stop by and visit the program in the spring?
So I think each individual up here, they bring a different personality trait to the table. As DJ Howard, he's a guy who does a lot of things really well. He does a lot of things at a really high level. Not necessarily your vocal leader, but a guy that leads by example. And college coaches, well, you're just going to get a guy who does the right thing day in and day out. And then Colton Pierce here, he's our vocal leader. He's a guy that leads the troops around him. Everybody is surrounded by him just vocally and how he carries himself on and off the field, in the weight room, on the field, and at school. And then Parker Peacock, another guy, just big physical guy, plays well, O-line, D-line, does a lot of great things for us. And college coach-wise, I mean, he's going to be a guy that I think goes to a school at the end of the day that he deserves to play at a Division I level, and a guy that you can look for in that, and personality traits. He's going to show up each day and work hard.
Okay. This question is for all the players individually to answer. What are some of your individual goals that you hope to get accomplished this spring? And then what are some of the team goals that you hope to see you guys accomplish as a collective?
As a team, I feel like we should just this spring focus on coming together. And last year we weren't terrible at it, but I feel like I can definitely get better in terms of working together and all working towards the same goal. And personally, I feel like I just need to get stronger in the weight room. I feel like I've done that this off season and being more mobile, and I feel like I've done that also.
Yeah, just for my team, going and building an environment. Like, we're going to be working hard, we're going to be winning, but yeah, and also for myself, just saying, like, being stronger and also hitting hard for this off season, yeah.
So as a team, I want to we gotta connect and trust each other on and off the field. And for myself, I want to make a name for myself, get out there, earn respect, and just work my craft.
Coach, what are some of the biggest challenges you faced last fall that you remember? And then what are you looking to overcome to start this spring with your returning group of players?
Yes, sir. So challenges last fall, I think we just cut some bad breaks at the end of the year. There's just some things in football where you get good breaks, you get bad breaks as it goes, whether it's weather or night, you get a rain game, you're playing against spread offense, whatever it is. I think that we just cut some bad breaks down the stretch. I think depth-wise, we're fine. I think it hurt us at times, especially at the skill position depth-wise, and hurt us D-line-wise, depth-wise as well. So I think depth, obviously, it's not something you can teach or you can coach, but the ability to gain experience within your players, the young guys are getting more reps, and as you gain that experience, that's not something that you can coach or teach also experience-wise, but something to gain there and just allow a little bit more depth at the D-line position, whether it's at nose or at tackle or at end, or receiver-wise, whether we're moving guys from Z to X to maybe into the slot to play B, and a little bit of Y and 10 personnel. So that's something that we're building on. It's something that's really focused on heavily here in the spring, is you've got a lot of guys who are older upperclassmen that are running track and field, and they're going into regionals and into state as it goes. You're able to get these younger guys a lot more reps than what they would get if these guys were out at spring full time. And you got baseball players who are similar things. You're able to get these younger guys reps with, which you don't love at the time because your guys that are more your starters, predominant starters, aren't getting as many reps, but you're building experience within these guys that's built no other way besides game time experience.
Okay. You guys had a young team last year, probably one of the youngest teams in the county, still managed to make the playoffs again. You returned probably the most returning starters in the county with 10 on offense and 9 on defense. How does having that much experience returning help when trying to execute your goals for the spring?
Exactly, and I think it's a great example. We've revamped some things offensively, defensively, which even though we have experience, guys are learning a lot of new things. We brought in Chase Lawson to help us offensively. He played at Lakeland Christian and went to Mount Union, played a few years up there, and he's came in and revamped things offensively. So I think although we do have that experience returning offensively, a lot of things stay similar and staying transparent, but things change there. So in the spring, it's kind of we're learning new things offensively, which it's not much of a change. A little bit of lingo is different here and there, but so for the familiarity within everything, it should be fine. But I think just gaining trust in the new system, allowing these guys up front, especially to talk and communicate, is important. As that's going to kind of change them as they're communicating everything we do up front. So I think that's a big thing, experience-wise, is just getting those reps in the spring that you can't really get anywhere else. Is you're not going full in the summer or anything like that. You're not getting any more live reps until fall camp. So I think that's big in the spring, is just become comfortable in the offense, be comfortable in everything that we do. I think it's a big thing here in the spring.
I'm a college coach. Been given the task of recruiting the Polk County area for the first time. I'm not familiar with any programs, but I've heard about the bigger schools, the Lakeland, Lake Gibson. Why, if I'm a coach, should I come by and recruit Lakeland Christian? I want you to answer, and then I want the athletes individually to answer as well.
Yes, sir. So if I'm talking to guys that never recruited Polk County, and especially, I'll just talk about what we have done at Lakeland Christian. I mean, we've sent, I was looking at the list the other day, we've sent over 30 players to play Division I football in the last 12 years. Obviously, that's not a huge number when you go compare against the 6A and 7A schools in the county. It's about middle of the pack, but we've sent guys, Kate Denhoff's at Clemson, Gabe Averett at Air Force, you got Idris Williams at Campbell, Christian Alexander played at FIU, Michael Weary went to Youngstown, the list goes on and on, Christian Scott at Central Arkansas, Malcolm Bennett at Robert Morris, there's just Braylon at Howard. There's a mixture of guys that we have proven in the county that we can produce talent, right? And I think it's difficult, and we talked about the transfer portal earlier. I don't think the transfer portal, it has affected high school football, but if you're a dude, you're going to get seen. I live by that. But, so I think just the big thing is realizing we have guys that maybe haven't popped off yet, the offers haven't came in yet, but these guys are going to. At the end of the day, when it comes right before January or that early signing day, I know they bumped it up now to December instead of January, but that happens. I think you're going to see a lot of guys get smaller offers at the tail end of this, guys that flip on signing day or whatever it is, and they're not going to Mercer anymore. They're not going to whatever it is, Towson, whatever it may be. So I think that's a big thing, is realizing we have guys that can compete at the 1A level and the 2A level in Division I football. So I think it's seeing what we have and just realizing these guys are growing quick, and they're putting on weight fast, and especially these guys up here. I mean, Peacock, Howard, and Pierce put on a lot of weight, not only in the weight room, but physically as well, and I think that's a big thing for us.
No, I just feel like, obviously, like he said, we're a smaller school, not as big as the other schools that you would hear about, but we still have guys, and we still, we work hard, and I feel like we're a program that produces talent, and, I feel like I'm just as good and just as big and strong as these other guys that are getting these offers, so.
Yeah, I would just go and say the mentality that we have, the hard work that we're putting in, and like we got dogs here. I'm a dog. I don't care what everyone else is going to go and say about me and how small or big. I want to go and fight, and that's what I think other teams I want to go in and see that.
So I feel like when people think of like Lakeland Christian School, we be smaller, soft, and stuff like that, but I feel like they were saying we all dogs. We got athletes that can compete, and like we work hard on the field and even in the weight room.
Parker, you're going to be one of the rising seniors that your coaches are going to be looking towards to be the face and leader of the team this upcoming season. What have you done individually to step into that leadership role and show the coaches that they'll be able to depend on you to lead this team?
Sir, I feel like this offseason I focused on leading vocally and also leading by example in my team, showing the younger kids, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, and just leading by example is one of my focuses this year, so, just leading by example.
Okay, and then for DJ, you played your first season with Lakeland Christian last fall after spending your freshman year in Plant City. How has the new environment at LCS gone for you so far? And what have you learned up to this point that has you feeling like this is a place for you to make a career going forward?
So at Lakeland Christian, I feel like since we're a little smaller, like we we make like a better family and stuff like that. So we connect more, and yeah, we just connect more as a family.
I got a question for each of you. Summer plans, as the summer gets going, what are y'all planning for the summer to prepare for next football season? Do you have any training? You got any summer camps, anything like that going on?
So I'm planning on like visiting a whole bunch of colleges, going camps, touring, and just working my craft every day and just getting stronger and faster.
Yeah, I'm planning on going to a couple skill camps over the summer and also just working with the team, doing workouts there. And we're going to be doing 7-on-7 over summer too, I believe. So just keeping on the grind and staying with football and doing that.
This summer, definitely going to some college camps and going around and touring, and also just staying within the program and building up our team and getting bigger and stronger myself and focusing on everything.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps it up, Coach. If you have any final words that you'd like to leave fans or college coaches of what they can look out for from your program this upcoming spring period?
So just for fan-wise, I think just be patient with us, right? There's gonna be struggles throughout the spring. It's gonna be a little rock hard places where we get into that seem like we're struggling, but it's fine. We're gonna continue to grow, continue to lead these guys around us, and that's the big thing right now is giving these young guys something to look up to. Peacock mentioned leading by example, and it's so important right now, just with the young sophomore class we have and that young coming. I know it's a small upcoming junior class, but leading those guys to set a legacy within the program that won't be forgotten. It's something that you set in stone for years to come. And for college coaches, just come by, see what we have, see the players that we have and what they're going to develop into. I think we got a lot of guys that are this class of 25 group that are really competitive players. They're guys that are going to get after it, and they can play at a high level at the next level, whether that's Division II football, FCS, or FBS, right? I think that there are guys on that roster that can play at all levels of college football at this time.
All right. Thank you, Coach, for joining us.
Yes, sir.